Do you want to speak English naturally one day? Not textbook English, not grammar rule English, real, comfortable, everyday English. Then stay with me, because today I am taking you through a full day in English, from the moment your alarm rings in the morning to the moment you fall asleep at night. Every sentence is simple, every word will be explained, and you will practice speaking with me as we go. When I say repeat after me, you speak out loud, not in your head, out loud. Your mouth needs to practice, not just your ears. Ready? Let us begin. Morning. It is 6 o'clock. My alarm clock rings. My alarm clock rings. I open my eyes slowly. I open my eyes slowly. The room is quiet and still dark. The room is quiet and still dark. I feel sleepy. Sleepy means you want to sleep more. Your eyes are heavy. But I need to get up. But I need to get up. I stretch my arms and legs. I stretch my arms and legs. Stretch means to make your body long and relaxed. You move your arms wide. I yawn. I yawn. A yawn is when you open your mouth wide and breathe in deeply. It happens when you are tired. I sit up in bed. I sit up in bed. I look at the clock. 6:15. 6:15. I need to hurry. Hurry means to move quickly because you do not have much time. I get out of bed. I get out of bed. My feet touch the cold floor. My feet touch the cold floor. I walk to the bathroom. I walk to the bathroom. I turn on the light. I turn on the light. I look in the mirror. I look in the mirror. My hair is messy. Messy means not neat, not tidy. Everything is in the wrong place. I turn on the tap. I turn on the tap. Cold water comes out. Cold water comes out. I splash cold water on my face. I splash cold water on my face. Splash means to throw water onto something quickly. The cold water wakes me up. The cold water wakes me up. I feel more awake now. I feel more awake now. I use soap to clean my face. I use soap to clean my face. I rinse my face with water. I rinse my face with water. Rinse means to wash away the soap with clean water. I dry my face with a towel. I dry my face with a towel. Now I feel fresh and clean. Now I feel fresh and clean. I pick up my toothbrush. I pick up my toothbrush. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. I brush my teeth carefully. I brush my teeth carefully. Up and down. Front teeth and back teeth. I rinse my mouth with water. I rinse my mouth with water. Now my teeth are clean and my mouth feels fresh. Now my teeth are clean and my mouth feels fresh. I comb my hair. I comb my hair. My hair looks much better now. I look presentable. Presentable means you look neat and ready to meet other people. Time to get dressed. I go back to my bedroom. I open my wardrobe. I open my wardrobe. A wardrobe is the large cupboard where you keep your clothes. What should I wear today? What should I wear today? I choose a blue shirt and black trousers. I choose a blue shirt and black trousers. I put on my shirt. I put on my shirt. Put on means to place clothes onto your body. I button my shirt. 1 button. 2 buttons. 3 buttons. Done. I put on my trousers. I put on my trousers. I put on my socks. I put on my socks. I put on my shoes. I put on my shoes. I tie my shoelaces. I tie my shoelaces. Now I am fully dressed. Now I am fully dressed. I look good today. I feel confident. Confident means you feel good about yourself. You feel ready. Shirt, check. Trousers, check. Shoes, check. Hair, check. But wait, I am hungry. My stomach is making a noise. Time for breakfast. I go downstairs to the kitchen. I go downstairs to the kitchen. Downstairs means going to a lower floor in the house. I open the refrigerator. I open the refrigerator. I see eggs, bread, butter, milk, and fruit. I see eggs, bread, butter, milk, and fruit. I decide to make eggs and toast. I decide to make eggs and toast. I take out 2 eggs and some bread. I take out 2 eggs and some bread. I put the bread in the toaster. I put the bread in the toaster. I push down the lever. I push down the lever. The toaster starts to heat the bread. I take a frying pan. A frying pan is the flat metal pan you use to cook food on the stove. I put the pan on the stove. I put the pan on the stove. I turn on the heat. I turn on the heat. I add a little butter to the pan. I add a little butter to the pan. The butter starts to melt. The butter starts to melt. I crack the eggs into the pan. I crack the eggs into the pan. Crack means to break the shell of the egg. The eggs start cooking immediately. The eggs start cooking immediately. I add a little salt and pepper. I add a little salt and pepper. Pop. The toast jumps up from the toaster. The toast jumps up from the toaster. The toast is golden brown and crispy. I put the toast on a plate. I put the toast on a plate. I spread butter on the toast. I spread butter on the toast. Spread means to put something on top using a knife. The butter melts on the hot toast. The butter melts on the hot toast. It smells wonderful. It smells wonderful. I put the eggs on the plate next to the toast. I put the eggs on the plate next to the toast. I turn off the stove. I turn off the stove. Always remember to turn off the stove when you finish cooking. I carry my plate to the table. I carry my plate to the table. I sit down. I sit down. Now I need something to drink. I boil water in the kettle. I boil water in the kettle. A kettle is the machine you use to boil water for tea or coffee. The water is ready. I pour the hot water into a cup. I pour the hot water into a cup. I add a tea bag. I add a tea bag. I let it steep for 2 minutes. Steep means to leave the tea bag in the hot water so the tea comes out. I add a little milk and sugar. I add a little milk and sugar. I stir it with a spoon. I stir it with a spoon. My tea is ready. My tea is ready. I carry my cup to the table. I carry my cup to the table. Now I have everything. Eggs, toast, hot tea. I begin to eat. I begin to eat. I take my first bite. I take my first bite. It tastes delicious. It tastes delicious. I eat slowly and enjoy every bite. I eat slowly and enjoy every bite. I take a sip of tea. I take a sip of tea. Sip means to drink a small amount slowly. The tea is hot and refreshing. The tea is hot and refreshing. I finish my breakfast. I finish my breakfast. I feel full and satisfied. I feel full and satisfied. Full means your stomach has enough food. Satisfied means you feel happy and content. I feel energized for the day. I feel energized for the day. Energized means full of energy and ready to work. I carry my plate and cup to the kitchen sink. I carry my plate and cup to the kitchen sink. I wash the dishes quickly. I wash the dishes quickly. I dry my hands with a towel. I dry my hands with a towel. I look at the clock. It is 7:30. I need to leave soon. I go upstairs to my bedroom. I go upstairs to my bedroom. I pack my bag. I pack my bag. I put my laptop in my bag. I put my laptop in my bag. I put my notebook and pens in my bag. I put my notebook and pens in my bag. I check my wallet. I check my wallet. I have some cash and my cards. Good. I put my wallet in my bag. I put my wallet in my bag. Now where are my keys? Now where are my keys? I look around the room. I look around the room. There they are. On the table. I pick up my keys and put them in my pocket. I pick up my keys and put them in my pocket. Laptop, check. Notebook, check. Wallet, check. Phone, check. Keys, check. Everything is ready. I look outside the window. I look outside the window. The sky is blue, but it looks a little cold. I should wear a jacket. I should wear a jacket. I take out my jacket from the wardrobe. I take out my jacket from the wardrobe. I put on my jacket. I put on my jacket. I look in the mirror one last time. I look neat and professional. I pick up my bag. I put it on my shoulder. I pick up my bag. I put it on my shoulder. I walk to the front door. I walk to the front door. I turn off the lights. I turn off the lights. Always save electricity when you leave a room. I open the front door. I open the front door. I step outside. I step outside. The fresh morning air feels wonderful. The fresh morning air feels wonderful. I close the door behind me. I close the door behind me. I lock the door carefully. I lock the door carefully. Lock means to close and secure the door with a key so no one can enter. I turn this key. Click, click. The door is locked. The door is locked. I put the keys back in my pocket. I put the keys back in my pocket. I start walking down the street. I start walking down the street. I see my neighbors. I see my neighbors. Good morning. I wave. Good morning. I wave. They wave back and smile. They wave back and smile. Everyone is friendly in the morning. Everyone is friendly in the morning. I walk to the bus stop. I walk to the bus stop. The bus stop is 5 minutes from my house. I arrive at this bus stop. I arrive at the bus stop. There are already some people waiting. I stand in line. I stand in line. Stand in line means to wait in a queue behind other people. I check my watch. It is 7:45. The bus comes at 7:50. I have 5 minutes. I take out my phone. I take out my phone. I have 3 new messages. I have 3 new messages. One from a friend. One from my mum. One from my manager. My friend wants to meet for lunch today. Sure. My mum is asking if I ate breakfast. Yes, Mum, I ate. My manager is reminding me about the meeting at 10. I remember. I put my phone back in my pocket. I put my phone back in my pocket. I look down the road. Is the bus coming? Is the bus coming? Not yet. I wait patiently. Patiently means calmly, without getting frustrated or angry. The morning is beautiful. The morning is beautiful. Birds are singing in the trees. Birds are singing in the trees. Cars are passing by on the road. Cars are passing by on the road. The city is waking up. The city is waking up. And then I see it. The bus is coming down the road. The bus is coming down the road. Everyone at the bus stop gets ready. The bus stops in front of us. The bus stops in front of us. The doors open. The doors open. People start getting on. I wait for my turn. Always let others go first. It is polite. Now it is my turn. I step onto the bus. I step onto the bus. Good morning, I say to the driver. He smiles and nods. He smiles and nods. I scan my bus card on the machine. I scan my bus card on the machine. Beep. Payment accepted. I walk inside the bus. I walk inside the bus. The bus is quite crowded today. Crowded means full of people. Many people in a small space. I look for a seat. I look for a seat. I see one empty seat near the window. I see one empty seat near the window. I walk towards it. I walk towards it. I sit down. I sit down. I put my bag on my lap. I put my bag on my lap. I am comfortable now. The bus starts moving. The bus starts moving. I look out the window. I look out the window. I watch the city pass by. I watch the city pass by. Buildings, shops, parks, schools, people walking. Everything looks alive in the morning. Everything looks alive as the morning. I take out my earphones. I take out my earphones. I listen to some music. I listen to some music. Music makes the journey more enjoyable. Music makes the journey more enjoyable. The bus ride takes 25 minutes. I see familiar places outside the window. There is the coffee shop I like. There is the park where I sometimes walk. We are getting close to my stop. I press the button. I press the button. Ding. This tells the driver I want to get off. The bus stops. This is my stop. This is my stop. I stand up. I hold my bag. I stand up. I hold my bag. Excuse me, excuse me. I walk to the door. Excuse me, excuse me. I walk to the door. I get off the bus. I get off the bus. The bus drives away. The bus drives away. I am standing on the pavement. I am standing on the pavement. I can see my office building. I can see my office building. It is a tall glass building. It is a tall glass building. I wait at the traffic light. I wait at the traffic light. Red means stop. Green means go. The light turns green. The light turns green. I cross the street. I cross the street. I walk into the building. I walk into the building. The security guard greets me. The security guard greets me. Good morning, good morning. He checks my ID card and lets me in. He checks my ID card and lets me in. I walk through the lobby. I walk through the lobby. A lobby is the large entrance area of a building. I go to the elevator. I go to the elevator. I press the button for floor 8. I press the button for floor 8. Ding. The doors open. The doors open. I go inside. I go inside. The doors close. The doors close. I go up. I go up. Ding. Floor 8. I walk to my desk. I walk to my desk. I put my bag down. I put my bag down. I sit down in my chair. I sit down in my chair. I turn on my computer. I turn on my computer. While the computer starts, I organize my desk. Notebook on the left. Pens in the holder. Water bottle on the right. I check my emails. I check my emails. Some emails are important. I reply to those first. I reply to those first. I look at the time. It is nearly 10 o'clock. Time for the morning meeting. I go to the meeting room. I go to the meeting room. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. We talk about work. We share ideas. We make plans. We talk about work. We share ideas. We make plans. The meeting ends. I go back to my desk. I go back to my desk. I work on my project. I work on my project. I prepare for the client call at 2 o'clock. I prepare for the client call at 2 o'clock. At 12:30, I feel hungry. At 12:30, I feel hungry. I go to the cafeteria with a colleague. I go to the cafeteria with a colleague. A colleague is someone you work with. What should we eat? What should we eat? Maybe pasta. Good idea. We stand in line and order our food. We stand in line and order our food. We find an empty table and sit down. We find an empty table and sit down. We eat and talk and laugh. We eat and talk and laugh. Lunchtime is relaxing. Lunchtime is relaxing. At 1 o'clock, we go back to work. At 1 o'clock, we go back to work. At 2 o'clock, I have a phone call with a client. At 2 o'clock, I have a phone call with a client. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. The client is happy with our work. The client is happy with our work. Great, the call ends. I continue working. I continue working. I focus on my presentation. I focus on my presentation. I check for errors. I check for errors. I add some charts and images. I add some charts and images. I save my work. I save my work. At 4:30, I am almost finished. I make the final touches. I make the final touches. Final touches means the last small improvements to finish something properly. No mistakes, perfect. I send it to my manager. I send it to my manager. Email sent. Email sent. I feel proud of myself. I feel proud of myself. At 5 o'clock, work is over. I shut down my computer. I shut down my computer. I pack my bag. I pack my bag. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Have a good evening. Have a good evening. I leave the office. I leave the office. Outside it is busy. It is rush hour. Rush hour is the time when many people travel home from work. The roads and buses are very busy. The bus is crowded. The bus is crowded. I stand and hold the handle. I stand and hold the handle. After some time, I reach my stop. After some time, I reach my stop. I get off the bus. I get off the bus. I walk home. I walk home. Home sweet home. Home sweet home. I open the door. I open the door. I step inside. I step inside. I take off my shoes. I take off my shoes. I take off my jacket. I take off my jacket. I change into comfortable clothes. I change into comfortable clothes. I sit on the sofa. I sit on the sofa. I take a deep breath. I take a deep breath. I feel relaxed. I feel relaxed. I cook dinner. I cook dinner. I eat at the table. I eat at the table. I call my family. I call my family. We talk and laugh together. We talk and laugh together. After dinner, I wash the dishes. After dinner, I wash the dishes. I cleans the kitchen. I cleans the kitchen. Now it is nighttime. I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I wash my face. I put on my pajamas. I put on my pajamas. I turn off the lights. I turn off the lights. I get into bed. I get into bed. I pull the blanket over me. I pull the blanket over me. I close my eyes. I close my eyes. I think about my day. It was a good day. It was a good day. I am grateful for my health. Grateful means feeling thankful. You appreciate something. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for my family. I am grateful for my home. I am grateful for my home. I take a slow, deep breath. I take a slow, deep breath. I feel peaceful. I feel peaceful. I slowly fall asleep. I slowly fall asleep. Good night. Good night. And that is a full day in English. From the first alarm in the morning to the last breath before sleep. You practiced every part of it with me today. Every sentence, every word, every moment. That is real English practice. Come back to this episode tomorrow and practice it again. Every time you listen, you will understand more. Every time you repeat, your mouth will feel more comfortable. And slowly, naturally, this kind of English will become part of you. You do not need to rush. Learning English is a journey, not a race. Every small step you take today brings you closer to where you want to be. I am proud of you for being here, for practicing, for trying, for not giving up. That is what matters. My name is Mark. Thank you so much for learning with me today. If this episode helped you, please share it with one friend who is learning English. It costs nothing and it means everything. Keep listening. Keep repeating. Keep going. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now. Take care.
Weiss.